Hi, I have actually been asked to, draw a comparison between the first and second dose. I took Pfizer. Now, the first and second dose, both 10 minutes into the vaccination, after the vaccine was in, I actually got a flash of heat in my mouth. And I think I had trouble swallowing. Now, I didn't think about it then, but now I'm making an educated guess that probably the swallow reflex was affected. Because first dose, I had the flash of heat, and then the nurses brought me some water, and I ended up choking on it, which is not normal. I coughed everything out, alarmed the whole line of medical people there, and second one, I think when I got the fever at the hospital, they tried to give me Panadol, which doesn't normally bother me. I mean, face it, I can swallow the Panadol tablet without water. But this time, even with water, it was stuck, and I basically could feel my throat just not being able to let it down, and I coughed everything until finally, after multiple gulps of water, the thing went down, which is not normal for me. Um, Now, first dose, I think somewhere 6 hours later, I had nausea, I had fatigue, and the fatigue for the first dose lasted almost 4 weeks. That, along with body ache and a mild fever the next day, which lasted just about 48 hours. Second dose, the fatigue was very minimal. I had body ache, I had fatigue, but it was very minimal. In fact, I'm back at work, so I don't feel the same dragging tiredness that I did with the first dose, that lasted 4 weeks. But the fever for the second dose was worse. Now, initially I had planned, because my dose was in the morning, and then I took, by night, I thought maybe by nightfall I would be in trouble. And because Panadol has very minimal effect on me, I figured that if it went past 38 at night, I would have to head straight to A&E and the prescription, get the prescription for the medication that I can take. It's this orange tablet, I cannot remember the name offhand. It's unfortunately prescription, and it works better for me than Panadol does. Now, when the fever started to rise in the evening, like 37, 37.5, 37.8, and then it started going up, and then I tried showering and all, it didn't work. So I said no choice, I went straight down to the A&E. They took me in, and I'm surprised that they took me really seriously, because normally, I mean, a fever is not something you run to the A&E for. But when it hit past 38, I went straight in, because I realized that if I had waited till morning, when my GP opened, I would probably have hit 39 or 40, and it would have been, in my case, an admission, which I'm trying very hard to avoid. So when I was at the A&E, it was about 37.9, 38, around there. Yeah, so that means whatever I did at home had no effect. First thing they did, they put me on the drip, and because the room was also spinning, they put something into my drip to stop that spinning feeling, and it did work in a couple of hours. Yeah, they confirmed that there was a fever. The bag of fluids helped, because I was having trouble, drinking enough. They tried to give me Panadol, that got stuck, I got choked. Thankfully, there was someone on hand to help me with it, and finally got the thing out and down. So the thing is that whatever it is that they put in the drip actually helped, and I think by the time I felt better, they took my temperature just before releasing me and realized that the fever was still there. So in other words, the Panadol did not work, just as I expected. So upon discharge, I was given a prescription to collect at the A&E pharmacy. Now, I was allowed to go home because they did take blood, and it was confirmed that it's not anything infective. Because normally, if you are exposed to a virus, or, for example, COVID for that matter, so I think it would be seen in your lymphocytes and the count, the blood count. So mine was good, normal, so it's confirmed that it's probably vaccination related and not due to an infection. and I was allowed to go home despite having the fever. So I went to collect the medication that they prescribed, and yeah, it actually worked. The orange tablet, as I suspected, worked better because one tablet was enough to hold me through God knows how many hours, and eventually it kicked in. I was able to sleep more comfortably. Now, I don't know whether this is going to be the same for everyone, but I met online a lady with similar gastro and allergic rhinitis and gastro problems similar to mine, and she had almost the same pattern of side effects for the vaccination, and I think it was Pfizer. Yeah, so I'm guessing that this experience is like peculiar to myself. I won't say it's general across the board because some people may not have anything happen to them at all. So just keep safe, keep track of your symptoms. I think you will know better than anyone else when to seek help. Take care.